Welcome back, guys. So in the last video we have created our database table, and in this video we will see how we insert values to that table. So to insert values we need to get the values, and to get values we will create an interface. So this time come inside main.storyboard, and this is our application's interface, and here I will create two text fields. So search text fields from here and drag it here. So we have this text field, and I will drag one more, as we need to insert the hero name and the power ranking. So we have this text field, and let's make the placeholder text as enter hero name, or you can give any value, and here I will put enter power rank. That's it. Now after filling these text fields, we will hit on a button to save these values to our SQLite database. So let's drag a button as well. So we have this nice button, and in the button I will write, let's say, save. So we have the button, we have our text fields. Now what we need to do is we need to connect these views to our code. And to do this, click here, and it will open the assistant editor. And what you need to do here, you need to click on the control button and drag this text field to your code, you see, and then we will name the object. So I can write a name like text field name, then hit on connect. So we have our text field name. Then again we can simply write or simply control and drag for this text field as well, and let's say text field ranking. So we have this text field as well. Now we will do the same for this button. Control, drag it here, but it is a button, so we will select the connection as action, as we need to perform an action on the button click. So we can name it as button save. That's it. Now come back to the normal editor and open view controller.swift. So you see we have these two text fields. Then we have this button save, and this function will be executed on clicking the button. So inside this function we will save the values. So to save the values, first we will get the values. So let's write here, let name equals to text field name dot text, and we will trim the white space characters. So here we can write trimming characters, and we have a predefined value here which is white space and new line. So it will trim all the white spaces and the new lines, and we will do the same thing for the power ranking. So let me just copy this line and I will paste it below, and we have power rank. And we have this power rank, and we will get it from the text field ranking. Okay, so we have the name, we have the power rank, and now we need to insert these values to our SQLite database. So first we will check if the name and the power rank is not empty. So we can simply write if name is empty. If it is empty, print name as empty, or you can display an error message, but I will not be doing it now. So just stop the execution and we will do same for the power ranking as well. If it is empty, we will stop the execution. And let's print the message, though it is not important as it will print on the console. So let's write rank as empty. So that's it. So it's good. Now if the values are not empty, the control will come below and here we can store the values. So again we need an opaque pointer here for our statement. So we will create a statement variable of type opaque pointer. And then we need our SQL query. So we can write let uh, insert query equals to, and here we will write insert into, then our table name. So we have created this table. So let's write it here, insert into heroes, and then we will put the column name. So we have to insert the name, and the next column was power rank. So we will write power rank, and then the values, and in the values we will put two question marks. The first question mark is for name and the second one is for power rank. So we have our insert query. So now we need to prepare our SQL query, and for this we have a method named SQLite3 underscore prepare, and again we will wrap it inside an if to handle the errors, and then we will write if SQLite3 underscore prepare, and it takes some parameters, and the first parameter is the database opaque pointer, and we already have this DB as the opaque pointer. Then we have our SQL query, and we already have defined this insert query, so we can pass this here. Now this parameter defines the maximum length in bytes that is allowed for the query. So here we can pass -1, and this basically means we are reading the whole query. Then we have our statement object, which is the opaque pointer again, and the last parameter is used to point the query that is unused, and for now it is not useful for us, so we will pass nil here, and then we will check if it is not equals to SQLite OK, that means we have some errors. So here we can print a message, error binding query, or any message. Then our query is prepared. Now we need to bind the values that we need to insert with this query. So here you see we have two question marks. So we will write SQLite3, again we will wrap it inside an F to handle the errors. SQLite3 underscore bind underscore text. Again here the first parameter is the opaque pointer, and which is our statement. The next parameter defines the position where we need to bind. So this is for this question mark and it is first in the position, so here we will pass 1. Then we have the parameter that is to be binded, so we need to bind the name. So let's write name here, and it is the same as we discussed for this, so here we will pass -1, and again the last parameter is not important, so we will pass nil. Now again, if it is not SQLite underscore OK, that means we have some error, and again here we will print error binding name. Okay, then we will do the same for the power ranking. So again we have stmt, and for the position we will pass 2, and for the name we will pass power power ranking, but it is an integer. So we will use the method SQLite3 underscore bind underscore int. And for this parameter, we cannot pass the power rank as it is a string. So we need to typecast it. So we will write power rank as NS string. First, we will convert it to an NS string. Then we will call the int value to convert it to an integer. So that's it. And for this, we don't need this last parameter. So we have binded we don't need this one as well. Okay. For binding for this method, we have only three parameters. The first one is the statement, then the position, and then the value that we need to bind. Okay, so the values are binded with our query. Now we just need to execute this query to insert the value. And to execute the query, we have a method named SQLite3 underscore step. So again, we will write SQLite3 underscore step, SQLite3 underscore step, and we will pass our statement opaque pointer. Now again, we can write it inside an if, and we can check if it is done. That means the value is inserted successfully. So if it is done, we can simply print let's check if it is equals to done, then we can print hero saved successfully. Okay, now let's try running it to see if it is working or not. So first we created the query, then we prepared the query, then we binded the parameters, then we executed the query. Now let's try running it. Let's put some values. Let's say Thor 1. Click on save, and you see we got the message hero saved successfully. So the values are getting saved into our database table. So that's it for this video, guys. If you found it helpful, please hit on the like button, subscribe to my channel, and share this video with your friends. And if you're having any confusions or troubles, then please leave your comments and let's have a discussion. So that's it for this video, guys. I will see you in the next video.